Hello everyone, welcome to video number 6. Alright, in this tutorial what you'll be learning is basically how to use whatever modeling tools that I have shown you and to create something that makes sense. Alright, for example, we're going to model a table and a cup. Right, so this will give you some exercise. This is like an exercise tutorial to get you used to the modeling tools. Alright, now first thing I'm going to show you how to create a table. Alright, so first we need a tabletop, right? But before that, let's check the unit setup. Customize unit setup, make sure you run under millimeters, right? Hit OK and create a box. Alright, let's create a box here. We're going to adjust the size after this. Alright, then we go to the modifier tab. Now in here, in the modifier tab, I'm going to name this as tabletop, so I will rename it here, table underscore top. Alright, so now the object is named tabletop. Now for the tabletop, the measurement that I'm going to adjust is the length. Okay, the length will be 1000, which means 1000 millimeters, equivalent to 100 centimeters. That is our table length. And then the width here is going to be 500 millimeters, and heights will be around 100 millimeters. A bit too thick, so let's put that about 50 millimeters. Right, so this is our tabletop. Hit the Z button to focus on it. I'm gonna alternate W to maximize the view. Right, and this is our tabletop. I'm gonna use the move tool and move it up on the Z-axis. The tabletop kinda a bit too thick, so I'm gonna reduce this to 20 millimeters, about 2 cm. Alright, now for the lake, let's do the lake. Alright, gonna create another box. Just do a rough box here, just draw a rough one. Okay, and then go to the modify tab again. I'm gonna name this as table underscore lake, maybe lake 1. Alright, and then from there I'm gonna adjust the heights. So the heights will be about 90 centimeters, so it's 900 millimeters. It's a bit too long, right? Alright, so I'm gonna change that. It's 500. Okay, good. 500 millimeters for the lakes. The width and heights, I'm gonna make it the same. So we're gonna make it about 50 by 50. Okay, cool. Alright, so I'm gonna move I'm gonna center the table first. Alright, so if I go to the top view, which is this one, you notice that it is not centered. Right, so I want to like center the table, so I will change the position here to 0, and X and Y 0. Right, that will center it to the position. Okay, so alternate W, that's my table. Okay, now I will adjust the height a bit to fit in the the height of the leg of the table. So I'm gonna drag it up, just gonna eyeball it just about that, right? Don't worry, you don't have to be super accurate with this. Right, so position here, I'm gonna zoom into it. Okay, just about nice. Right, then I'm gonna do more with the leg of the table. So I will convert this to editable poly. Right, I'm gonna change this to shaded view. You don't want to see the shadow there. Now under the in the view here, I will want to, instead of having just a straight leg, I want to have a leg which have a little bit of kind of different look of it. Alright, so H, let's go to H. Wait, yes, we go to H, and then we're gonna use the slice tool, slice plane. So activate the slice plane. But this, I'm not gonna have a specific measurement here, you know, just gonna just have it there. Alright, it's roughly estimated. So about here, I'm gonna cut it. So hit the slice button. Okay, and I'm gonna slice another one down here. Slice button, and then turn off the slice plane. Right, so now I have additional 2 rows of edges. Okay, so I'm gonna double click just to select the loop of this edge. Right, so it select all the edge around it. Hit the Z button to focus on it. You might also want to change the rotation type down here, the orbit. Click and hold, and you will see other options. Just left click and hold it, and choose the first one. So I want you to change to the first one. That is the best. Okay, all right. Now I'm gonna put this up. Hit the Z button again, so that it will center on that rotation. So go back up here, put it here. Alright, now what I want to do is I want to select, I want to hold Control and double click on this edge and the edge at the bottom here, below it, and I will multiply it. So by chamfering the edges. So you see the chamfer tools here under the edge mode. Alright, just click at the settings beside the chamfer. I'm gonna put this aside like this. I'm gonna adjust the heights. You see, just now from 1 it multiplies to 2, so I will adjust the distance to be something like this, and I can put more, but this 1 should be enough, and that's it. So I will hit OK, right button here. Right, so now the function of this is I will select the loop, that is the edge loop that is at the bottom here, and I will use the scale R for scale, which is this one. I will scale at the center here, put my mouse at the center of the gizmo here, and scale it smaller. Right, so same with the bottom one here, scale it smaller. You can make it small like this to add more style, or just want to something like this. Right? Okay, you see this weird black thingy going on there? Don't worry about that. Right, so I will switch to vertex. I want to make the bottom smaller as well, so put my mouse at the center, scale it smaller, and there you go. Right, now if I go back up here under editable poly and unselect the object, it has some weird shading here. So by right, the angle here is still sharp, so I need to add some smoothness to it a bit. So I go to edge mode, double click here, Control and double click the other one. I can do this together one shot. Alright, so I will select this loop and this loop, and then control the bottom one, the two bottom below it, and use the chamfer tool again. This time the distance, just click that a bit. I just don't want so much, just want it a bit. I will add one more loop like that, so it adds more in between those duplicated edge. Alright, so I put 2 should be enough. Hit OK, so it will look something like this. Alright, it will create some sort of a smooth angle over there. So if I go back out here, editable poly, and just click select the object, you will see some smooth surfaces going on there. Alright, plus you can also apply smooth. Top here, make sure you are at the editable poly where it's gray color. Go to the modifier list and look for smooth. Start with S, which is this one, smooth. So smooth is on top of the editable poly, so it's the recent effects, and you want to turn on the auto smooth, and it is based on the angle, the threshold here. So whatever angle that is, you see, like this 2 angle here, okay, this 2 angle here is what, 90 degrees. So if I go back up here, if I set this, let's say 45 degrees, you will see that the only thing that will be smooth, so zoom that, let me see, wait, so put about 30. You will see that there's a hard line over here, but there is a softer line, edges going on over here. These are hard edges, this is soft. Right, so if you increase the value like 45, or maybe, yeah, 45, you start to see that the line is actually kind of like disappear and like all smudged together and become a soft angle, but that is not what we want. So I will want to go to the edge mode below here, double click this edge and hold control, double click the other edge, all the edges here. I just want to make it soft a bit, right? So I have that. Then I can chamfer again. See, I'm chamfering with the previous settings. 2 should be enough. Hit OK, and then if I go back up to smooth, and I have a nice crease on the edge there, which makes the table looks more realistic. You can also do for the tabletop here, but I'll leave it to you guys to actually do this. Why not? Right, so I'm going to convert this to editable poly, and edge. For now, all this angle, all this edge, I will select. Right, I'm selecting these, all these edges on for the tabletop, and I will chamfer it. So I will add a little bit of chamfering and add more segment in between that. Hit OK, and then go back. Make sure you go back up to this level and apply smooth again, and turn on the auto smooth. 45 degrees should help, and there you go. You see the crease on the table is more realistic, more soft. Alright, so you can put a bit more if you want. 85, there you go, more realistic. Same with this, you can put about 85 degrees, or nicer. Okay, this kind of shadowy here, the weird shadow that you see here is not to worry about, right? Because when you render and hit the teapot here, I won't be visible. It's just a lighting in the 3D viewport here, right? It's because it's using two-sided lighting. I can easily turn that off by clicking here, go to configure, and under illuminate width, under visual style and appearance, just switch back to one light and hit OK. See, now it's only like one shading of the lighting direction. Okay, so one leg down. Now it's time to copy it. Right, to copy this, I will use the top view because I already placed it nicely here with the heights, proper heights. Now here I will alternate W, maximize the, T for top view again. We shouldn't forget to turn off the the mouse lock orthographics, lock orbit in orthographics, right? Make sure you to turn that off. Now I'm going to switch to the move tool, right? And hold shift and then just drag to the other leg, that side. Okay, so hit OK. Well, if you want exact measurement, you can use the measurement tool that I've shown you, but for this tutorial I just don't want to take so much time to measure it. So again, select both of the legs. See, I'm selecting both of the legs here, and I'm selecting this leg. So hold shift and drag, just roughly estimate, put it over there, hit OK. And you go back to your perspective view, you should have a complete table with the leg. Alright, cool. Now I want to show you one thing. Another exercise here is to use the to create a cup. So we create a cylinder because the base shape of a cup is a cylinder. So I'm gonna create it in the middle here, just roughly first. Right, now I will go to modify again. I will rename this to cup, and my heights will be 150, which is 15 centimeters. It's quite a big cup, right? So reduce that, 120. Okay, so 120, 12 centimeters cup. And radius, let's put it about, that should be fine, about 35. Okay, I will reduce the segment here first. So height segments, I will reduce it to 1. Sides 18. It's a bit too, boxy, right? I can click and hold and drag the dialer here to add more interactively. You can see as more I have with the side, the more smoother it is. So I'm gonna put about 32, should be fine. See, to focus on it. I will also use the move tool and make sure it is center for the X and Y. Alright, and now I'm gonna start shaping the cup. So I will convert this into an editable poly. Go vertex, select the top, and I will maximize the cup. Alright, so it looks like this. Okay, just a simple cup. Now once we have that, we can add a bit of a kind of curve at the bottom here. I'm going to go to the polygon mode, use the bevel, select the bottom one, and use the settings to do the beveling. Alright, so don't panic. See, it goes all the way down there. Don't worry about that. we're going to zero out the heights so it doesn't go anywhere. And then the outline here, the size of the selected polygon faces, we're going to adjust that to just probably about here. Hit plus to continue beveling. So I'm beveling a little bit more, but I put it up here a little bit. I can make it bright, wider a bit. So put at -3 millimeters and hit OK. Alright, so there you go. I have some nice beveled at the bottom here. Now you see that separated polygon faces, they are not blend and smooth together. We're going to apply the smooth later on top of the editable poly. Okay, so going back up here, I'm going to select the polygon on top here, use the bevel again. Alright, this time the heights is just going to be 0. I'm just going to create the frame of the thickness of the cup here. Right, so adjust the outline about -2. That should be -3. Hit plus to continue beveling, and this time wait, I didn't hit plus. Hit plus again, and this time I want to go down, but see what happened here. If I push 2 down, the black area here, these are the inside of the polygon face. So let's put it back up again. Before we push it all the way down to create the hole for the cup, I want to change my view back to the 4 view. Don't click anywhere else yet. I would adjust this view, the left view. Okay, just hold middle mouse button and just zoom that out a bit. Alright, and now I will bring it down with the value here all the way down, something around here, but I will make it smaller for the outline. Make sure it stays inside the border of the shell of the cup. Right, so that, hit OK. There you go. It doesn't intersect with each other, so that is fine. So I'm going to go back to perspective view, and now I want to add something a little bit different here for the cup. Some kind of like puffiness on the top. So I will use the slice tool under the edge. Alright, so use a quick slice. Sorry, the slice plane. I'm going to bring the slice plane up about there. Then I want to slice that up and then close the slice plane. Alright, and then what I have here is I can select the polygon, can hold control and just use the selection tools, or Q, right? Q, should use Q, and then just hold control and click the outer side of it. But the fastest way to select the whole thing around is to select one of it first. Select one of it first and then hold shift and then click the adjacent polygon faces that you want to select. Then you will automatically go to that direction. If you go, let's say here, and then hold shift and here, see what happens is it will select the whole loop on this direction. Okay, so now hold shift and then select this one, it will select all of that. Now the reason why I select that is because I want to extrude, I want to bevel it. So use bevel. See, it goes up, right? I'm going to zero out the height value here 0. Now also zero out the outline. Now if when I increase the height, it just go a bit crazy, so I'm gonna put 0 back. I want to change the style of how this thing should bevel, so you can click here, the option here, there's an arrow here. Okay, you see if I click again, you see right now it is by group, so I want to change it by local normal instead. So different type, you see the icon here, previously was group, but I want to change to by local normal, so it will actually extrude on where it is facing. So if I increase the value of height now, see, notice now it goes sideways because the faces is looking towards this direction, right? So I'm gonna put a little bit about 2, make it 1.5 and make this smaller a bit for the outline. So I'll put about -2. Hit OK. Oops. Hit wait, that's a bit too much. It's about this, should be fine. Hit OK. Alright. Now, so what you get is kind of like a bump on the cup. Now let's go back here and unselect. That's just our cup, but you still see some unsmooth faces here. So what we're going to do now is the same thing as what we do to the table. Select the cup, go to make sure you're in the editable poly where it's gray color, and apply the smooth and turn on the auto smooth. Put it about 45 degrees threshold. Alright, then you get your cup looking like that. Now next step is to bring it up. So I'm gonna bring it up. I'm gonna use the side view, like the left view, and zoom back out. I'm gonna use the move tool and move it up, and just Z to zoom at it, just to eyeball it right on top of the table. Right, like that. Okay, let's see. Yep. Alright, so alternate W. So there you go. Now you have a table and a cup. Alright, so that is how you use several tools that I've taught you to create this this model. Well, that's a good exercise, right? So I see you on the next video. Bye bye.